Ordering with vision boards. Think it, see it, get it. So what is cosmic ordering? First of all, it's important just to understand what this book is all about, Cosmic Ordering with Vision Boards. Cosmic ordering can best be described as the process of asking the universe for what you want. The quote on the front cover of the book is from Mark 11:24, which says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours." So how I got into cosmic ordering in the beginning was that basically I am a self-help junkie, and I've always been a glass half full type of person. I got into The Secret, watched The Secret, the DVD, and read the book a few years ago. And although I never knew it was called The Secret, I had always had this belief in this kind of thing. But basically, there are universal laws at work, and what The Secret talks about, and other universal laws, is that basically thoughts become things, and you can use the law of attraction to create the life that you desire. So I've always been a believer in that, but then reading The Secret kind of brought it all together and it gave it a name, whereas I didn't necessarily have a name for it before. So I've always been a believer of that. So what happened with me, just a little bit about me, so you know who I am. So my name's Lisa Newton. I started a company called Boogles Limited in 2004 with £150. £50 was from my mum, £100 was from my overdraft, and Boogles is primarily a bookkeeping service. I used to meet up with a group of friends. We were called Rich Angels, and one day, it was like a mastermind group, one of them suggested, why don't we do a dream book? Now, a dream book is literally a collage. You cut out the pictures of the experiences that you want to have, and you put it in the dream book. So we used to be once a month, and I brought along my dream book, and so did everyone else. At one meeting, we shared it, we had a laugh, it was good fun, and that was mainly it. It just went back on the shelf. And then fast forward a few years, whereby a mentor of mine said, well, Lisa, the key really is to do a vision board. And what a vision board is similar to a dream book. However, it's on a board, it's colour coordinated with the colours aligning to different vibrations that the universe has, and you're putting it in a prominent place, prominent position in your life, so that you see it all the time. So whereas the dream book got put back on the shelf and never to be opened again, apart from periodically, the vision board is in my line of sight on my wall that I see all the time. So there's a big difference. In terms of visualization, there's a very good book that I read called Turbo Success, and it's by the author Ron G. Holland, and that's a picture of me and Ron having a photo with his other book. But Turbo Success, a personal favourite, a really good book, and that book talks about the RAS, the reticular activating system, and basically, in a nutshell, I don't want to get too scientific on you, it's all about you can do anything that you can't do anything that you can't picture yourself doing. So once you make the picturing process conscious and deliberate, you begin to create the self you want to be. So basically, you need to see it to believe it. And that's what this book Turbo Success talks about, activating that RAS. And it's not a scientific book, it's not a difficult book to read, it's really quite easy and really quite good, so I would highly recommend that one. So a little bit more about Boogles. Fast forward, we won awards, we've got products and services as well as the bookkeeping service out there. I've been on TV, part of various other organisations that I'm a finance director for, and it's been an exciting journey so far, to say the least. So back to cosmic ordering then. So these thoughts that are things. So basically, and again, I don't want to get too technical, but thoughts have a magnetic vibrational frequency to them. Okay? Imagine them as being things, you know? We're drawing to ourselves experiences that are resonating on the same vibrational frequency as our main or dominating thoughts. And therefore, it is important to think about and dwell upon what you do want and not what you don't want. And this is what cosmic ordering is all about. So many people are out there and they just are thinking about what they don't want, what they don't want, what they don't want. You've got to think about what you do want and see yourself as getting the thing that you do want. So pause the recording and just give yourself a minute and just make a list and put down what you want. So just start the list. I want, and time yourself, give yourself 1 minute and press pause on the video. Now make a list of what you don't want, and again for 1 minute press pause on the video and just make a list of what you don't want. And you know, you can burn this list afterwards because this isn't something that you should be filling your mind with. What you do not want. So press pause on the video and give yourself 1 minute. So now the question is, which list are you spending most of your time on? Now you can have a list like this, for example, where you put in the month, just for example January 2014, and you list in the area of health 3 things that you would like, maybe if it's for this month, if it's for this year, 3 things that you want. And maybe in work, career, 3 things, love, relationships, 3 things, money or finances, 3 things, personal, fun, contribution, 3 things that you want. And it's important to be balanced and not just be totally focused on one area to the detriment of others. Another thing to look at is to see and ask yourself, when doing this exercise with your want list and your don't want list, which list is longer, which list you spend more time on thinking about, and which list was easier to write. So that tells you something about you and how you're thinking at the moment. Now, why vision boards help is because basically pictures speak to the subconscious mind. So it's all very well writing a list of words, letters on a page of what you do want, but pictures speak to the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is far more powerful than the conscious mind. The idea is to experience the picture as if it's already been experienced. So look at the picture and imagine if that happened. And it's important to bring feeling to the photo. These are the things that help the cosmic order to manifest itself sooner. So imagine if, take any of your that you want list and just imagine any of those scenarios. Now on my own board, all about daydreaming in reality, over time the pictures that you have on the board, like this lady here, being fit and energetic, you can replace with yourself. So this was me when I won a holiday to Hawaii, jumping on the beach. Just replace the pictures with yourself. So when you experience that thing, you get a picture and put it on your vision board and be like, yep, done that one. It's basically putting yourself in the picture. Because once again, remember, thoughts become things. As within, so without, and that is a universal law. There's lots of universal laws, just like gravity, you know, what goes up must come down, so on and so forth. There are universal laws, and the law of attraction is a universal law. The universe simply is reflecting your reality. It's reflecting your thoughts, your feelings, your vibrations. That's all it is doing. Another universal law is the law of request. You might have heard the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. It's very true. The universal law calls it the law of request. As soon as you're ready to ask for help, you are ready to receive it. You are ready to accept the wisdom. And the higher powers will align themselves to help you. All you have to do is ask. And it's back to this quote on the front cover of this book, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you've received it and it shall be yours. The law of intention is a universal law. Change is brought about by conscious attention and intention. So if you think about this man here, and he is going to shoot an arrow, a little bit like Robin Hood, his conscious attention is focusing on the target, and his intention is to hit the target. Attention energizes, it gives you energy to the law of attraction, which then pulls your desire towards you. So whatever you put your attention on increases. It's called the law of intention. Focus on what you want and you'll get it. So in terms of goal setting, think about what is it that you want to achieve this, whether you do it on a yearly basis, a monthly basis or a weekly basis. Again, you might want to pause the video and really sit down and have a think about what is it that you want. Set some goals for yourself, and this is quite an important process for the rest of the video because we're going to work with some of the things that you want. So think about what you want this year, this month and this week, and press pause on the video. And now think about, let's just take this month, for example, 3 action steps. What one thing, looking at your list of things that you want to happen, what one thing do you need to do to make it happen? So for example, if health is up there on your list of things, good health, whatever that means to you, what one thing can you do to bring good health closer to you? Does it mean you have to go to the gym? Does it mean you have to walk for 20 minutes a day? Does it mean you get off the bus one stop earlier and walk? What does that mean to you? What one thing can you do to bring that health goal closer to a reality? If you've got a health goal up there. The daily thought. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. So things don't just change overnight, they change gradually over time, but something about what you do on a day-to-day basis will affect your future. Another universal law, the law of resistance. What you resists persists. It's really a good exercise to take out some vocabulary that you might find you use a lot. For example, the words don't, can't, won't. It says can't again, or not. All of these words invoke the law of resistance. So for example, if you think, I won't ever find a perfect partner, then what you're doing by saying that and thinking that is resisting the perfect partner. If you say, for example, to yourself, I don't want to be poor, again, you're resisting. And all these things do is just drain your energy. So instead of wallowing in what you don't want, what you won't want, what you can't want, and all of that negativity, embrace what it is that you do want. Focus your time, effort, attention and energy on that. Remember, what you resist persists. So how to create a vision board in detail. First of all, you want a nice large open space or a big table. You want to be in a good mood because that's energy, that's vibration, that's always good. You need to get some card or coloured paper, preferably yellow, green and red at least. Some glue would help, some scissors and some sellotape. And then what you should do is go through some glossy brochures or magazines that you might have, or go through some pictures, print them off of the internet, and these are of the things that you want to experience. So whatever it is that you want on your vision board, find some pictures to signify, to represent what you want in your life. You need to have a pen so you can write on the board, because you want to be writing on there some affirmations. If it's a money board, it's good to have some cash or a check to stick onto the board. If it's a love board, for example, you might want to put an object on there, for example a rose, and to put on there 1 or 2 affirmations. We'll come to affirmations shortly. So that's how to create a vision board. So example affirmations could be, money comes to me easily and frequently. I am a money magnet. I'm so happy and so free, the whole wide world says yes to me. The perfect results are manifesting for me now. Calm and centered, quiet and still, I love myself and always will. Everyone loves me. So some of these, especially those that rhyme, are quite nice little jingles, and you can write them on your board. Now taking it a step further, with a little bit of an LP, if you look at your list of things that you want to do, name the task or item or order that you've placed. Perhaps you've tried this before, and it's something that you want, and it requires you to do something, to take some action. So think about one of those things that you haven't yet achieved, and perhaps for whatever reason you're kind of like struggling to achieve it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all motivated and 10 being extremely motivated, ask yourself, how motivated are you about taking the action that you've outlined above to get going? And just be honest with yourself. 1 being not at all motivated and 10 being extremely motivated. Now if you answered below a 5, ask yourself honestly, do you really want that thing? Yes or no? And if you answered above a 5, what would need to happen in order for your motivation to increase to a 10? Now the reason why we're asking ourselves these questions is because sometimes people do this cosmic ordering that, oh, it doesn't really work. Now, as with anything, it requires you to take some action. How to this order that you've placed, then what you have to just be honest with yourself and say is that, well, perhaps you don't want it as badly as you might think. So it's just about being honest with yourself. Now, what is it that you need to do next? So think about, what would you gain from fulfilling this goal? So whatever it is that hasn't yet quite happened yet, what would you gain from this actually manifesting itself into reality? And then think about what would be the consequences of not getting this goal or order fulfilled. And once you've thought about that, on a scale of 1 to 10 now, how motivated do you feel? 1, not very motivated. 10, very motivated. And what one action are you going to do or to take as a result of what we've just discussed here today? So have a think about that. Is it still something that you want to do, or is it something that you're going to be just putting on the back burner because you don't want it as badly as you might have said you do? Another little exercise you can have a go at is another NLP exercise as well, is that if you imagine we fast forward 1 year from today, whatever the date might be, and imagine you're at a party, music is on, people are chatting, spirits are high, everyone's really happy. And then you bump into me at that party and I say to you, so, tell me, how did you manage to manifest the cosmic order? Without thinking or anything, answer me, what would you say? Well, it was quite simple really. What I did was, what did you do? And a third exercise, we call this one step out of yourself. If there's any order on your board, any cosmic order that hasn't yet quite manifested, state what that is or what you're stuck with. Sometimes people get stuck. So if there's something on that board and it's like, I really want to do this and it hasn't happened yet, what is that one thing? And now I want you to think about, who do you admire? Is there anybody out there that you hold in high regard? Think about that person. Hold an image of them in your mind. And then ask yourself, what would that person say to you regarding this item that you're stuck with? Why hasn't it happened yet? What is it? Why is that? What is it that you need to do? What would that person say to you? Make a note of it, write it down. How would they tackle your situation? If they were you, they were in your shoes, step out of yourself and allow them to step into your shoes. What would they say? What would they do differently? And now ask yourself, what is it that you need to do? So, this month, thinking of, back to our list, what one thing do you need to do to make it happen? Just one thing in all of these areas. And if you need to press pause on the video, then do so. Another universal law is the law of clarity. When you're totally clear about what you want, everyone picks up your message accurately. A clear decision is like a light bulb going on in your head. The universe can see this light and it will align itself behind you to manifest that vision. Another universal law, the law of flow. It's very important to declutter, both mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever it might be. If you've got a lot of rubbish and, stuff going on in your life, just clear it out as soon as you can, and then start your cosmic ordering. If you're into Feng Shui, every part of your house relates to a different aspect of your life. So it could be, if you've got lots of junk, cluttering up, and that's in, say, the money area of your life, perhaps the energy can't flow in that area of your life, and it's important to declutter that part of the room. That's how Feng Shui goes. If you've got an old memory that you're not particularly keen on, you can always write it down and burn it. That's one way of decluttering and getting rid of any negative or residing negativity. And when you do clear out, you need to have the clear out with an energy, I am ready now for new in my life. So it's not with a heavy heart and with resistance, but like, no, good to go, let's take this to the charity shop, let's give it away, let's donate it, and let's get ready to welcome the new in. Now the question often people then have is, so how long before my order will show up? Believe me, there is no set time limit. It could be instantaneous. You could step out your front door and there you go. The universe doesn't think linearly in the way that we do. Orders really can be instantaneous. However, the more you worry and doubt and fear the non-delivery, the more delayed the order will be. So it's really, really important to have a thought of positive expectancy and just get ready to receive. Keep the faith, really important. Now in the fourth dimension, there's a chapter about this in the book, is that we reside and exist in the third dimension, time-space reality. But in order to take an idea from the fourth dimension, because ideas exist in the fourth dimension, and to bring it into our third dimension, time-space reality, we have to apply human emotion. And this emotion is what brings that quantum particle into the possibility of our everyday lives. And this is the science behind these things are working. So the more passionate and the more feeling we have about this idea, the more we really want it, or even really fear it, more likely it is to happen. Another universal law, which is the universal law of prosperity, is that it's not spiritual to actually keep worrying about money. The more you worry about it, the more it will hold it away. The ideal mental sort of place to be is to have enough and to know that there is plenty. So another saying or another thing that you can write on your vision board, for example, is I am full of abundance in all areas of my life. So that's a good affirmation. Wealth bestows responsibility and power, so we always have to remember that. And if you think, it's important to think, speak and act as if you are prosperous. Next thing you know, you will be. So it's almost feeling it, acting it into existence. The universal law of manifestation states basically you've manifested every single thing that is in your life to date, right down to the fact that you're here watching and listening to this video right now. You vibrated on a frequency and aligned yourself to this thought process, whether it was conscious or unconscious. Most people it's unconscious. So in terms of manifestation, to bring anything, to draw anything towards you, it's important to meditate, listen and relax, have clarity, have a picture in your mind, visualize yourself receiving, and align yourself to that vibration. Have total faith, hold the vision, don't ever doubt or deviate. There is a sound frequency called Om Ponopono. Google that, look that one up, and then you take action. You can start small, just think of something small, trying to manifest perhaps a tissue, anything. And just feel the good feeling. And it's always important, a good mantra, good affirmation, this or something better manifests for the higher good of all. This isn't about taking from anybody else. This isn't about anybody else going without. This is about you getting what you would like from the universe and everyone else getting what they would like too. All they have to do is ask, just as you are asking, but you are not taking from anybody else. That's not how this works. So the vision board, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you've received it and it will be yours. And this is just my vision board there close up, having a fabulous time. So Cosmic Ordering with Vision Boards, Think It, See It, Get It. It's by Lisa Newton. It's available on Amazon for $6.99. And we also have, you can check us out, that we do have a Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook and you type in Cosmic Ordering with Vision Boards, we'll come up.